from criminals. Okay, so what are the key action now here? Okay, you are looking for, was there the name of a person, thing, terminology, anything. The terminology that I saw here was guru, corporation, yes, business leaders, blah, blah, blah. Guru means, according to this place, expert in something. Okay, so then I'm looking further. I came here, I said, I saw Mark Goodman. Okay, Mark Goodman said something. What did he say? There is a nimbleness to criminal organization that legacy corporation with large don't have. Okay, he's trying to, I think he's trying to compare. Okay, he's trying to say criminal organization have this. So quickly, I was looking for keyword. I've been able to get business gurus, business leader. What's it about them? What we can learn from, what they can learn from criminal. The next thing is Mark Goodman. I mentioned it. What's he saying? Okay, he's saying there are some things criminal organization have that complex organization does not have. He's trying to compare criminal organizations with with normal businesses. Okay, while traditional businesses focus on rules they have to, can you see? So the next thing is what Mark Goodman said. Mark Goodman, what he said. Okay, while traditional businesses focus on rules they have to follow, criminal looks to circumvent. So he's trying to compare criminals and traditional businesses. You can see a repetition of the pattern. So that's why I said immediately you see a name, what is that name? Or what's being said about the person, or what is the person saying? Okay, so here now, we have said things to be learned. Okay, so what criminal organization have and corporation do have, what criminals do and that businesses don't do. Those are the things that happen there, and you have highlighted the name. Under exam condition, you don't need to write these things down. You only need to note the name and also highlight the differences or the thing he's trying to say. And now, after having gone over this, if you look at the main idea and look at the question, if it is answering any question here, jailbreak with creative thinking, 5 common traits, comparison between criminals and traditional businesses. Okay, I think it is trying to attend to this. Okay, great entrepreneur, no. How criminal group deceive the law, no. The difference between legal and illegal organization is trying to, maybe 16 and 20 is confusing now. You need to read in details. Okay, similarities between criminals and startup founders. No. 21, it was talking about company but not startup. So you need to read further to see if it is answering 16 or 20, except it says you can choose more than one answer for a paragraph. Match the heading below, write the correct line. Okay, it didn't say we can choose more than one paragraph twice. So we have to pick one. And I think it was talking more between criminals and traditional businesses rather than between legal and illegal businesses. Yes, though it mentioned it at a particular point in time, but emphasis was about criminals more than organization in this paragraph. Look at it, criminals. Sorry, this thing is hanging. Look at the word criminals here, because the two can be confusing. It used criminals. So it focused more on criminals than their organization, though it mentioned criminal organization once. But if you are confused, you need to eliminate one. I think I'll be eliminating 20 and then picking 16. Okay. So that's the way to go about this issue of main idea and key actions. They are the thing you need to note quickly. So can you see, immediately I noted the name of the person, I wanted to see what was said about the person or what the person actually said. Okay, so those are the things you are looking for. So let me go back to the suggestion, directive I gave. You are looking for the name of a person, okay, place, thing, terminology. After you have located name of person, things, terminology, you are looking for what the person said or what the thing was all about, what was said about the person, what was said about the thing. Okay, can you see? I picked that name, I picked what was said about the person was saying about criminals and normal businesses. That's what the person was saying. Okay, then the next thing is dates, age, number. Immediately you are reading, it is one thing is that you need to practice this method to be sure it works. Because I discovered that after I've taught it, some students go back to their conventional ways of reading everything in a paragraph because they are so used to it. Yes, they don't want to miss anything. Fine. But if you are going to do that, you will read and overread. So you are checking for the name of a person, place, thing, terminology, and you're also checking for date, age, number. Anywhere you see a number, okay, anywhere you see age, anywhere you see date, you need to note what happened because questions can be specifically asked. You don't need to memorize what was said about those dates and things like that. Memorize, highlight them, that is, you strike them just the way I'm highlighting in red. You use your pencil to underline them. Okay, so here now, this is the third one. We have done this one. I am repeating them because so that as to give understanding. Possibly, I don't think we've done D. We've done the main idea. Okay, we've done the main idea here. So the next thing is I want to explain with C again. Okay, so here now, what am I seeing? The main idea is escape from prison. But here, I'm pinpointing a name. I've seen a name. I've seen the name of a place. He has a drug cartel. Okay, what was said about him? Escape from prison, blah, blah, blah. And what were they saying here? Making a break for it requires, that is, they were referring to his escape. What is escape means? Okay, that it requires creative thinking, planning, okay, essential skills similar to those needed to achieve success. You know, in businesses, is trying to tell us things that criminals have that businesses don't have. You can see it keep mentioning businesses and criminals. So here we've been able to discover a Mexican, Jos Guzman, escaped from prison. They are now trying to see how that is escape from prison, what it teaches, creative thinking, long-term planning, perseverance. They taught it. So if you look at it now, jailbreak with creative thinking, this one has been answered because it was talking about escape from prison and it talked about creative thinking. 5 common traits among rule breakers, no. Comparison between, no. Okay, great temperature, no. Our criminal, so it is basically talking about this 14. So now I would like to go back to the rules again, please and please. I am begging. You need to just have, you need to go over these rules again and again and use it again and again. Yes, you need to go over this rule again and again and use it again and again. Sorry, I moved slide. Okay, after any keyword that is repeated in that paragraph or previous paragraph, you know that keywords that are repeated is business, people, criminals. So if you see business again in any version, if you see criminals, if you see lessons, those are keywords that you, whenever you see them again, You need to highlight them because discussion will be around them. So that's why, okay, let's go to paragraph D now. Sorry, D, the main idea. We have done this main idea in time past. We have done this main idea in time past. We have done it in time past. So here, we were, it was a student that gave this answer and it was correct. Okay, while David Ledley, who held the blah 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 blah, condemns the violence, he became curious as to how criminal group endures. What is the main thing about that person? We see that the main idea, but this person is David Lindley. That's the name. Look at it. What was he issue? They gave his name and then said he was the head of. Those are distractions that I normally say. Okay, you can highlight it, his position or what he does. You don't need to cram those things from Seattle. No, most of us might not be. Seattle is a state in US or is a, I'm not sure if it's a state. Okay, but you don't need to know. Seattle based. One they say based somewhere. Okay, condemned the violence and other activity. He became curious. Okay, the issue was that Lindley curiosity about how criminals group endure. That's it. So what happens again? You are looking for keywords, name, dates, age, terminology. Some cartel, immediately you see cartel, you should raise a bell. Drug baron, drug groups. Stay in, because it's still referring to this criminal. I've said it. Once it's repeated, okay, he's saying they stay in business. Cartel, what's it talking about them? They are staying in business. Fine. Okay. Despite multiple efforts by law enforcement, okay, blah, 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 and millions of dollars from international to shut them out. Okay, they stay in business despite all efforts. Okay, it's mentioning this name again, Lindley. Okay, there is a lesson on longevity here. Okay, what's the lesson? Because can you see how they stay in business, how they persist for long? There's a repetition. Okay, one strategy he underlines was how the bad guys respond to change. He's telling us the reason they stay in business for a long time is their response to change. Okay, what was it saying about them? Because I said, once you pay a keyword, respond to change. That's the only thing. All other things are distraction. In order to bypass the border between Mexico and US, okay, you are taking Mexico and US now. Okay, the Sinaloa cartel went to great lengths. How did they win? So it is telling us how they bypass the US. I don't need the rest. How they bypass is telling us what they do to stay long. They respond to change. So how they bypass blah, blah, blah is still mentioning the cartel again. So you are picking the name of a person, the name of a thing, a terminology, the name of a place. You're also picking dates, age, number. You are picking keywords that are repeating themselves. So now, this guy was actually telling us one thing that maybe stands this criminal group apart. Or yes, is the fact that why they stay for a long time. They respond to change. Okay, so now let's go to one of the questions. I'm not doing this one yet because I'll be teaching the strategy. But if you look at this one, because this is not a paper, we have to be checking from slide to slide. The escape from prison, Jacob Guzman. You can see that we know the paragraph where this question was because Jacob Guzman stands out. I think we've seen it in paragraph C. Look at 23. The Sinaloa cartel built a ground underground. Where's the Sinaloa cartel? Look at it right here in our front and use dash to avoid the fence. Can you see? So the answer is around this place. The main difference between the two groups is that criminals, two groups, unlike large corporations, often have encoded dash in their daily life. They are trying to compare criminals and corporation. What paragraph was that done? It was the previous paragraph. So if you pick the main idea properly and you pick key things properly, repeated keywords, you will be able to 22, 23, 24 can be answered from previous paragraph we read and from this paragraph we just looked at. 25, due to being persuasive, this name has not been mentioned. This name has not been mentioned. So that is it. You can see that 22, 23, 24 has been answered. The only thing is that I need to go and look for where the answer is now. Yes, okay. Okay, I want you to, this is paragraph E. Okay, I want you to, paragraph E, I want you to read, and two people raise their hand. Please send in a message. If you are challenged with anything, send in a message. Okay, send in a message. Okay, so let me get back. Here, the main idea is reason legitimate business fail. Okay, I want you to quickly, in 2 minutes, you are not going to tell me any key action. You're going to highlight key things that happen, anything that is repeated. Okay, keyword, name of a person. Okay, that's it. And what was said about the person or what the person was saying. You are going to highlight them. And then in 2 minutes, I'm going to display the question. I'm going to say, okay, then you're going to answer which one you can, this E can answer. Okay, yes, I want you to note those things. After you you've noted those things, okay, it is 2 minutes on the dot. I'm waiting for others. You might not send anything. The only thing is that this is a question. I want you to see, okay, now it's past the minute. I want you to see this question, which question it answer and provide this answer. I'm giving 30 seconds to 1 minute. If you've properly decoded the thing, you will be able to get the answer. Okay, yes, it can answer question 24, absolutely. And that somebody said, send that now, it can, you can really send the answer. Okay, some people have said company about video rentals and streaming, criminal organization. Well, one thing, Janet, I want to see if you can answer any. Somebody has said it can answer question 24, and I am agreeing totally with the person. It's so easy because if you pick it out very well, it can answer question 24. If you can send the answer to 24, because now I want you to start applying the knowledge. Yes, it's improvisation. Okay, this main idea was reason legitimate business thrive. Okay, that is a thing. Okay, okay. If you have not sent in your answer, please, I want you to focus now. Maybe you didn't quickly get it. That's not a problem. Yes, okay. Okay, yes, 24 can be answered. So look at it. Main idea was the fact that why legitimate business fail, they don't adapt to change. In last paragraph, it says criminal groups adapt to change fast. This one is saying they fail. Then he gave example of, okay, you can see that one high profile example is the rental company. Okay, so business is key here because it's a keyword that has been mentioned many times. Okay, the issue is that hesitate to adapt to change. Yes. Then it gave example, rental company, okay, blah, blah, blah. As all but faded, argue that the difference between two group is, which two group? The criminal organization. So difference between criminal organization, okay, is that criminal often have improvisation encoded into their behavior. So what is Lindley saying? Immediately you pick Lindy's name, is saying something. Okay, difference between criminal group and he was talking about, okay, can you see it here? The main difference between the group, you can quickly pick it. Have often encoded words, improvisation into, while larger companies think of innovation as a set of, you can see improvisation, respond to change, innovation, they mean the same thing. Those words will be repeated to confuse you, but they mean the same thing. Immediately you're able to spot keywords, highlight them, innovation, okay, improvisation, okay, look at it. On the example, yes, hesitate to change. Okay, you can see that this has been answered. I want to take us to the last paragraph. From what we've highlighted here, are we able to answer? I want to take us to this question. Those questions that are matching tasks, I want to take us back to them. Okay. Is there any question that can be answered from D? Okay. Okay. I am not seeing any. If you can see, how criminal group deceive the law, I'm not seeing it. What it was emphasizing is how they can respond quickly to change. Okay, if you can answer any that I didn't pick, fine. Okay, it has been answered. Okay. Okay, deceive the law, similarity between, nothing being answered here. If you have a good grasp of your paragraph, you will be able to know which one, yes, has been answered, which one has not been answered. That is the good thing about this main idea concept and this key action, so that you won't get entangled with many things that are mentioned. Okay, that is E. Okay, now let's go to F. This is the left field thinking. Okay, so what's the main idea? The other time, the main idea was using the idea I subscribe to totally, using unorthodox method to solve what do I call it? To solve a business problem. Now, I want you to, I'm going to delete others and bring some questions. Immediately you are checking, because immediately you are checking your all those directives I give you on how to get the other key actions after the main idea. I want you to see if there are any questions that can be answered. Some will be in front of you directly. Some will not be in front of you. I want to bring those questions. Sorry about this. I will, so that as you are doing it, you'll be able to check which question can be answered. Then I would go into the second set of questions too. Okay, please check now. Get out your other key actions. Okay, someone has sent an answer. I want others to catch up too. Yes, I want others to catch up. Okay, yeah, about 2 or 3 people have responded now and said, okay, 21 has been matched. This paragraph was actually talking about, okay, criminal groups and similarity between criminals, okay, and startups. Cash-strapped startups also use to solve and build their businesses from that. Okay, it's often born out of such as blah, 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 blah. They use unorthodox method. Okay, he said he's now saying the similarity. He said both criminals and startup question authority outside and see new and clever way, said Goodman. Goodman was the one that saw it. If you are using the name to search for what it says, okay, either they become, can you see? So we can answer 21 from this. If you have been able to read your paragraph very well, you will be able to answer the questions that you meet immediately after the paragraph. I want to go to the next set of questions. Is there any question that can be answered from here? Okay, I want you to decide from 22, 23, 24, 25. From the paragraph you just read, is there any question that can be answered? Absolutely. Somebody has responded. There is no question. Once you have, because previously I said 22, 23, 24 has even been answered from the previous paragraph, but from the one we just read, none, because 25 does not carry this name. It doesn't at all. So one beautiful thing, and I want to say it before we start off, because this was the summary. Now, when we did the first lecture, This is how I want you to read, strategy for reading. Because the thing there is that when you get to exam hall, you must have a strategy. Please do not abandon the strategy. I said before you start reading, please check through your question. You flip, you know that, okay, I have matching tags, I have fill in the blank. You find the main idea of a paragraph. That is, after reading a paragraph and the main idea and the key action, go to your questions and browse which question can be answered. The beauty of this is I'm going to sell it. NB. The beauty is that after 4% with the questions. That is the purpose. You need to know the questions and you don't need to memorize. You have read the one paragraph, you check the question. You've read two paragraphs, you check the question. You've read three paragraphs, you check the question. You read four. By the time you get into the fourth, five paragraph, when you see a question, when you see a passage, you start saying, okay, I've seen this question. Because in IELTS, you need to be very, very familiar with the question. Familiarity with the question is what will solve your problem. So strategy for reading, I want you to go and maybe you screenshot this strategy, just okay, and then repeat it. Every paragraph, you must go back to the question, flip through the question. Okay, check the question to see which can be answered. After 4 or 5 paragraphs, you will see that you are familiar with some question. Immediately you check the next paragraph, you see you are able to spot your answer. Okay, so let's do another paragraph and let's see if we can call it a day. Okay, this one now, you need to do the main idea yourself. I think we've done the main idea of this one. Yes, we have done the main idea. Don't stress yourself. I can remember. I split this thing and I said the ones that I pick in red are the most related. Okay, now pick the main action. I'm going to delete these other things. I'm going to delete them. I'm going to bring the question to here. Yes, I want to see how you can quickly go through the paragraph and then answer some questions. Yeah. And I want you to send the answer. I want you, yes, you are not looking at, you are looking for key action and you are looking at your question. Yes, you are familiar with the question. You are familiar with the question that has not been answered. Okay, I'm waiting for your response. Time is going. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I'm so sorry. The network threw me out. Okay, but this one is not as bad as the last one. The network just fluctuated. Okay, two people have actually sent their answer. I was explaining something. Previously, we've answered this. Okay, we've answered this. When your answers get narrower, you are very specific. You are looking for this thing. So two people have actually picked 15. And yes, five common traits. It was down here. But the main idea here is that problem solving through creative thinking. Yes. Instead of worrying about the boundaries. Okay. So so question 15 has been answered now. That's the beauty. You are able to quickly spot your answer. Once you get your main idea, you look at the name, key things that are said. You can see these people, what they said about innovation. They studied not just value, okay, they were using another criminal group as a case study. Then they pick out the five common traits among this group. It keeps saying the same thing. They were looking into criminal groups, how they do this thing. They now say, okay, five common traits among rule breakers. Instead of calling them criminals in the question called them rule breakers. That's it. Illegal, criminals. Okay. So that is it. Okay. Yes, fine. You went to do the main idea. Okay, I solved the problem because I said this was the main idea. Okay, now this will be the, I think, let's see if this is the last paragraph here. H. I think, yeah, this is the last paragraph. I want you to check this last paragraph. I think we've done the main idea of this last paragraph as well. We've done the main idea. The thing there is that I will bring the question out. Yes. Okay. I'm going to cancel this. This was what I use. Example of a criminal. Okay. But immediately you see this name. I have seen this name in a question. I have. Okay. In one question, in 25, you are looking for it, but you are still also looking for another question. So you know that possibly if you read that one well, you are looking for answer to one of these also that is missing. So I want to bring this one particularly near and leave that one that has the name in 25. Once you are paying attention and you are reading, the questions are easier to remember than the whole passage. Okay. Okay, someone has sent answer which this paragraph matches. I want others to try to before I reveal it. What is this, which answer can it get? Because when you get to the last paragraph, as a matter of fact, you are just looking for few answers. Okay, this one has been answered. The one that has not been answered, maybe we didn't pay attention because I was rushing. But if you go to the main idea of the paragraph, okay, okay. about 2 or 3 of us have sent in answer to say this one matches this one. Okay, we can see sorry, this one also has been answered. We having only 19 and 18. Okay, so for those who are checking, yes, this one answers it. Great entrepreneur, because it was citing an example of somebody who used these creative ideas, not checking the rules, because startups, yes. So this is it. This 18 has been answered. It is only 19 now that is left. Our criminal group deceived the law. Maybe we missed it when we were talking about something. Now, let's check the next set of questions, because I saw this name. Due to being persuasive, while Abdullah found a dash of she camel milk, due to being persuasive. Okay, you are looking, we are going back to look at it. Let me see. Okay, so this is the question by it now. Okay, due to being persuasive, what is the word that is missing or here? Okay, somebody has said my 19 is D. Maybe I didn't pay attention to that one. I will go and check it. But yes, if you have gotten the main idea, you can easily quickly refer to it. This H, the answer for 25, because the name Abdul Wa'id is here, found a dash of Amish camel. Okay, what is that thing? Okay, people have started responding. Because if you pick name, place, name, keyword that is repeated, many questions will be answered from name, keyword that is repeated throughout this passage. Criminal, startup, businesses are repeated. When you see a lesson, because from paragraph 1, it's criminal, startup, businesses, lesson. Immediately you see anything related to lesson being learned, criminal, startup, businesses, you will see answer near them. Yes, that's the truth. So when you are getting your main idea, don't forget the keywords. Okay, so people have sent the answer for this one. Through perseverance is eventually found a network of Amish camel, a network of network. So this one is network. Okay, so that is the end of today's class on reading. And I am, well, despite the fact that I am stressed, to be very candid, I am encouraged because of those who decided to join. Because I didn't just want this week to pass without we getting a new idea, getting good insight into how to read effectively. Though we couldn't do writing, network challenge, system challenge affected us, but at least we've gained something this week. Yes. So if you have any question, I want you to go and practice this method. This is it. I will take you back to it. You can request for the lecture slide. The central theme of this lecture, number 1, strategy for reading. That's number 1. That's for this lecture so far. Strategy for reading. I will write it. Number 2, you get how to locate main idea. And then number 3, how to locate keywords, key actions and key actors. Key actors. When they start describing where a person works, Those are distractions. You can note it because question can come there. You know, that's a place. The place the person resides, you can note it. So how you can, so you need to, the strategy for decoding how you can get main idea in another slide. Where did I write them? So you need to check how to get them. This is how to determine the main idea and how to determine key actor and key action. The shortcut especially, please, you need to go and use them again and again. We see name of person, place, thing, terminology, what is said or what the person is saying about that thing, date, age, number, keywords. Keywords is important because you know this passage from the beginning, paragraph 1 and 2 is talking about criminal, is talking about business. What's he talking? Lessons we can learn from them. And that lesson was emphasized over time. Before the paragraph get confusing, you have a good handle on the passage. Okay, so thank you for joining me tonight. And I hope this is able to help us for reading. Reading is very, very cumbersome. You have 60 minutes for 40 questions. You need the right strategy. And when you get to the exam hall, do not throw away your strategy. Do not. You could have more to eat. You could subtract from this. Do not. Immediately you get there, on getting to the fourth paragraph, you are aware of some of the questions now. Like somebody said, let me go back to that person. That paragraph D, answer question 19. Let's go into it. Let me see. Paragraph D, this paragraph D, what's question 19? Main idea, resilience. Okay. What's question 19? How criminal group deceived the law. Okay, let me see. I didn't pay attention really much. Okay, other bypass the border between Mexico, for example. Yeah, it's give an example of how criminal group deceived the law here. Absolutely. The person have a good grasp, and it was between those keywords, how they bypassed the border, how they were able to bypass, how they deceived the law. Yes. Okay, so that is the end of today's lecture. Online is fast-paced, but hold fast to these 3 key principles and go and learn them. Strategy for reading, how to locate main idea, it's in a page. How to locate key action and key actor is on another page. Just request for the lecture slide from the WhatsApp group page you joined. I'm going to send it to you. And go check those 3 slides. Strategy for reading, how to locate main idea, how to locate key actions, and apply them to your reading. So thank you and good night. Okay, yes, bye-bye. Yes. Okay.